Great podcast, but you never mentioned herpes.
Lies. We had a whole episode dedicated to that.
I know. Erica Spera. Oh, and we had Joe List on to talk about it too.
Yeah.
There's so many episodes.
There's a lot of... Boo, herpes is everywhere in our podcast.
Yeah.
You just got to look harder.
It's riddled with herpes.
How you doing? Where you been? You on your treadmill? You doing your spreadsheets? Take a second and listen to this very exciting episode of Guys We.
It's the anti-slut shaming podcast. I'm Corinne Fisher.
I'm Krystyna Hutchinson.
Oh, welcome to the show. If you wait, this is this week's, right?
Yeah. Correct.
So if you are in Chicago now, if you're in Chicago right now, I'm headlining Zany Chicago tonight, 2 shows, and tomorrow, Saturday the 16th, 2 shows. It's me, Chloe LeBranch, Eric Freddy. If it's not sold out already, grab a ticket because it's going to be a hot one, mother. It's going to be a hot one. Link, you can get the link for tickets in the Linktree link at my bio, Philanthropy Gal, or you can just go to Zany Chicago website and say, yo, give me some Corinne Fisher tickets. I want them right now. If you want to email us, it's sorryaboutlastnightshow@gmail.com. Make that subject line pop like this one. This one says, having herpes sucks. All right. Here's a stance we haven't heard before. I started listening to your podcast over the pandemic, loved it so much. I went back and listened to all the episodes. Great podcast, but you never mentioned herpes.
Lies. We had a whole episode dedicated to that.
I know. Erica Spera literally has a podcast about having herpes, which is why we're not going to step on her turf, first of all, because, that's her thing. She went out and got it. She worked for it.
Coming to her.
She went out and got
No, I meant like she put in the work.
She said, dear God,
she
one
went out
herpes,
and got it.
please.
What am I going to do? Just write a bunch of jokes about it and do it myself? No, she earned that. That's not true.
And we've talked about a bunch,
Yeah, over the years, we've talked about a lot. You didn't go back far enough.
We had a whole episode where we read emails from people with herpes.
Yeah.
I remember that very clearly because I had a friend at the time who had it, and she was like, can you talk about this? Because it sucks.
Well, yeah, we've done almost 600 episodes, so I don't expect you.
True.
But to make a claim like this, having not listened to all of them,
audacious.
Yeah, not uncalled for. Great podcast, but you never mentioned herpes. The thing a third of people have, or some percentage close to that. No one wants to admit it. That's also not true anymore. So how could we ever? Oh, and we had Joe List on to talk about it too.
Yeah.
There's so many episodes.
There's a lot.
Wow.
Boo, herpes is everywhere in our podcast.
Yeah.
You just got to look harder.
It's riddled with herpes. No one wants to admit it, so how could we ever know the actual percentage? There is a dating site for people with herpes. Oh, we had the guy on who created that app.
Yeah, we did that at that studio when we were working on the show.
I like this email just was us reminding us how actually much coverage we gave this topic and how great and inclusive we are.
Heroes of the herpes community.
In-depth psychological analysis of the herpes.
Yeah. Oh, there's a dating site for people with herpes? Yeah, we know him.
We talked to the owner.
We know the guy. There's a dating site for people with herpes.
10+ years, baby. Guys, we...
However, there is barely anyone on it because no one wants to admit it. No, I think that that website just needs more money for advertising.
That's truly all it is.
Your theory that no one wants to admit it, based on the people that we know, is just untrue.
Yeah. Get cooler friends.
That's also probably because we are mining for content constantly.
I got herpes. This is going to be a great bit.
So we desperately need it. Yeah. But half the people have blurred out their photo to hide their identity.
You're going to... What? How do I choose you on a dating app?
I have herpes, and also I'm not letting you see my face. I could be ugly and have herpes.
Oh.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, no.
My experience with herpes has been awful. Someone started me but wouldn't go in all the way. They wore a condom but didn't want any part of their to touch me, the bottom of the condom. When I realized what was happening, he replied, "What? I've never had sex with someone with herpes." If you're gonna act like that, educated. Just don't do it.
Yeah, don't have sex.
Don't have half sex with someone with herpes. That's rude. Another.
I'm just imagining him going, "Oh God!" It's like, but why'd you agree to this? Is this how you feel towards
this guy? Wants to so bad.
He'll do just the tip a little bit while crying.
Oh my God.
And praying that he's not good. It's probably the only time he's ever prayed.
Another person suggested only having to avoid catching herpes.
Not true. If you listen
can
to
get
any
herpes
of
in
our
the
Yeah.
foot.
27 episodes on herpes,
Our
anal
herpes collection.
yeah, which we're going to release on the Hallmark
Herpes
channel.
collection.
We are
So-
releasing a herpes Hallmark collection.
Yes, a Hallmark Christmas herpes edition, guys.
Yeah.
No, you could absolutely get anal herpes. Are you kidding me? We've
Yeah.
talked about that a lot.
Yeah. It seems like someone doesn't like gay men. Okay, no. The list of situations could go on forever. Therapists have helped me find tactics for telling people, but that doesn't stop people from being an asshole. Every person I tell is hearing the herpes talk for the first time. So I'm one of the very few people who admit it. Where do you live?
Alaska?
Yeah. My long-term partners have accepted it. But once the relationship fizzles out, I'm stuck with the same herpes confession all over again.
Yeah, but that's like you having to get to know somebody else all over again.
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta
like
do
having
all
to tell
this-
people that I'm a bitch. I mean, yeah, it doesn't get easier, but it's who we are.
Yeah, having to sit through, hey, I want to talk to ghosts and I love aliens, but I'm not that weird. It's just, it's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot. Dating is hard.
It's the human condition. I often go months and months without sex. I get more depressed as the time passes, and eventually I don't even feel like touching myself. I end up dating down or well,
You're a woman.
Don't do that. Yeah, I end up dating down or choosing people who aren't on my level just so I can have sex. Well, that's just, you're not choosing them, you're them.
Yeah.
Stop calling casual sex choosing people.
Yeah.
You're just some dude. That's fine. It's like I'm such a great catch for them, so they don't care about the herpes. Well, I love that.
Cool.
You've made it work. I don't like them, and it's sad, really.
No, it's not. You want to.
In life, you're not going to like everyone. If you want to as much
If
as
you
you're
really
telling
wanna
us,
if
you're
you're-
not gonna. And that
you're a
goes
true
for people
whore.
with or without herpes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got at least. It's almost like at least you have the herpes to excuse yourself from the list of people. What's my excuse?
No. Yeah.
What was my excuse?
You're not a true whore.
Yeah.
If you haven't had sex with somebody you don't like.
Yeah, thank you. Put it on a mug. Get it out for the holidays. Can we be a shaky one with glitter?
Yeah.
I also go
And
on
little herpes sequence.
Yes.
Who cares?
I also go on dating apps so I can s- with someone, and then I disconnect from them after I do that with
That's
my AI boyfriend.
awesome.
No herpes talk needed for that. I agree. See, I feel like
Although we'd handle it well, I bet.
yeah, I feel like we're speaking the same language here, but you feel sad about it.
Yeah.
I wish more people discussed it. And again, you'll find out when we release the
Our
DVD
herpes
collection. I wish more people discussed it and the media didn't portray it incorrectly. I haven't really seen a lot of media coverage on herpes in the past 10 years because I thought everyone was just like okay with it now.
Yeah.
You can't get herpes from sharing a drink or a joint. Yeah, this is stuff that we knew from like when Paris Hilton stepped in a puddle and thought she got AIDS. I think we cleared this all up, you know? Skin to skin
That
contact.
monumental episode of that fucking Nicole show. What was it? The Harrison Nicole
Simple
Life.
Life?
The
Yeah.
simple life. And
Yes.
simple it was.
Yes.
That puddle gave me AIDS.
Skin to skin contact where an outbreak is happening. That's how it's spread. I'm attractive, a great dancer. Well, listen, I didn't want to contract herpes, but man, can this woman dance?
This can wiggle? That's a different story,
I
my
think you don't know how to
friends.
sell yourself to straight men. I've
Yeah.
never heard be like, listen,
I'm
I
a
don't-
great dancer.
She's not a looker, but she's a dancer.
Yeah, if that doesn't mean stripper, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm attractive. That men like that, a great dancer. That's
care.
for gay men, and have a great stable career. That's
Thumbs
for other
down.
women.
Yeah, that's
and
thumbs
that's
down.
actually hurting you in the game with
That's
men.
hurting you more than the herpes.
Yeah.
100%.
Krystyna's so right. They don't care about the herpes. They don't like the stable career.
She thinks she's better than me?
Oh, this herpes lady thinks she's better than me with her job. I attached a photo so you can see how beautiful and fit I am. What do you
That sentence feels weird.
I'd love to see.
She's holding a bunny. I hope you don't hold that bunny on the dating app pics. That's too much.
At least it's not a fish.
I like the bunny though.
We'll show you later.
Yeah. The only problem, in quotes, is that I have herpes. Not to be rude, I'm sure you have other
It's a
problems
problem for
besides
you.
herpes.
You got other
You
problems.
definitely have
I
other
gotta
problems.
be honest.
You have other problems. 100%
I
looking at
gotta
your
be
photo.
honest.
It just, I
Yeah.
see it in your eyes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah,
other
yeah,
problems.
yeah.
I have other problems
Yeah.
too.
I would actually go say maybe the herpes is the least of your
plus,
problems.
yeah, it might be a plus.
Yeah.
But really, it's that everyone lies about it. Any ideas to help me are appreciated. I'm losing hope. Okay.
Okay, so you just have to not let these get you down, man.
Who are, oh, so you're saying other people have herpes and
It
they
looks
lie
like
about
she's
it.
in LA based off of that
Yeah,
photo.
for sure. You're in
Everybody
LA.
has herpes in LA.
Yeah, it's riddled with herpes.
And also, too, this is what I told my friend at the time. It's a great litmus test. And there's this amazing magical trick that does not take a product. It does not. You don't have to spend any money to do it, and you will become instantly attractive. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. You just have to not give a f- and that person won't give a f- okay? And if they do give a f- you go, oh, cool, you give a f- but I don't, bye-bye. And then you don't get mad at them. They can give a f- if they want to, but like easy peasy, girl. You just have to say it like it's not a f- big deal.
I believe what Krystyna is suggesting is called colloquially mind games. So you have to walk around and be like if someone says like, oh, you have herpes, ew, just be like, sorry, oh, I didn't know you were a loser. I didn't know you were a loser
pew, pew.
with a little dick. I read a study that said only little dick. I just go hard. I mean,
Just start making up.
probably don't do that, but yeah, I mean,
You just have to say it like it doesn't matter.
yeah, and the thing is, you told us that your long-term partners have never cared, right?
Yeah, so
And so that's fine. So for long-term relationships, you're making the correct decisions. Yeah, I also probably wouldn't want to contract herpes by
By
a
a one-night
person
stand.
one time. I mean,
Yes, but that's okay.
That's that's a tough ask.
it is a tough ask.
Well, I'll tell you.
I say it's a tough ask. It's a tough ask.
In my experience, I don't think a lot of men care all that much.
There you go.
To be
They don't
honest.
There you go.
care.
The women
I've
care
slept
way
with-
more than the men. So maybe that's what this is. It's all you in your head. And maybe these men actually don't care and you're assuming they do.
I have slept with many women with herpes. The women that I were like seeing and women that I was not seeing. you know?
Herpes hero, Mike.
Thank you.
That's what he was.
We're all herpes
That's
heroes
what
on
he
this
was so
podcast.
thirsty to see the picture. He goes, I fucking love sticking it in.
Where's this lady? Show her.
You
Yeah,
know, some
men
people have herpes as a kink. First of all,
Really?
I'm
That's
sure.
a man- yeah, if the
I'm
men are
sure.
involved, yeah.
I'm sure.
But
guess
it's just
so.
like I think there's enough knowledge out there that
Yeah.
we know that if we wear
just-
a condom and you're not
Having an outbreak,
having
it's
an
fine.
outbreak, it's
Yeah,
there's not
It's
a big
totally
deal.
fine.
So you have to. I hope you're not having outbreaks often, and you're doing the maintenance that you need
Yeah,
to do in your life,
'cause that
and
does
then
suck.
so that you're healthy and you feel good and everything. But also, there's something about this email that makes me think like you are living in the past, not that
Yes,
other people
yes,
are living in the
that's
past.
what I think. Because
this is
you're
just
very
not
defensive
so
about
anymore.
yourself. This last paragraph, I'm attractive, I'm a great dancer, a great stable career. I have a photo so you can see how beautiful and fit I am. It's like you're trying to convince us that you feel this way about yourself.
You know what I think it is, Krystyna? I think she's convinced herself that it is herpes because it's something else and that will hurt your feelings less because she has no control. You have no control over the herpes, but you have control of every other aspect of your personality.
And it's harder.
And that's harder work to do.
Yeah.
There's something else going on and that you're not attracting the mates that you want and you're not having
It ain't the herpes.
And it's not the herpes. It's something else. And you have decided that it is the herpes because that's easier.
Yes.
And it is. You're right. It is easier.
You live in a place with palm trees. Everybody around you has herpes. Okay? So it's not that. Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really good point.
It's 100. That's definitely.
Guys, come see these good points on the road, okay? Well, New Year's Eve, that's the first, if we're going date-wise.
So yeah, so Chicago this now.
Oh, yes.
Chicago literally now.
Get there.
I'm at Zany's. I'm in Chicago right now, December
If there's
15th and
tickets
16th
left.
at Zany's Chicago. Yes. And then next one show is New Year's Eve, December 31st. Me, Krystyna, the whole gang, a lot of great comics. New York Comedy Club, 6 p.m. New York Comedy Club East Village. Corinne Fisher's Morbid New Year's Eve. It'll also be Ryan Long, Justin Silver, John Campanelli, Danny Polishchuk, Chloe LeBranch on that show.
Hell yeah. And then January 4th, 5th, 6th, New Brunswick. I'm going to be headlining the Stress Factory. And then this is very exciting. January 20th, finally. There's just been so many obstacles to stuff I've been working on lately.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
So Wait What is my new show with Daniel Pinchback. He's an author. He's wrote all these books. He's a very smart person. He's wrote like a lot of books. He uses words that I couldn't even dream. I didn't even know were words. We call this a show.
Big word guy.
It's all about I'm using the show as a funnel for my obsession with the UFO UAP phenomenon. People have talked to aliens. People have claimed they've been abducted. Death, near-death experiences, mediumship, psychic phenomena, levitating off the ground, all this shit, the healing power of psychedelic drugs. I'm so excited for the show. We are having January 20th. There's not a ticket link there yet, but I want you to save the date. January 20th, which is a Saturday. I think it's going to be 7:30. We are doing a live kickoff show episode of Wait What with myself, Daniel Pinchback, and very special guest, man you love very much, John Ronson.
Yeah. I was just thinking about him the other day. I miss him so much.
Yo, The Men Who Stare at Goats is a crazy book and a crazy
them, man.
topic. And I emailed him because Daniel's a fan of his, and I was like, oh, I know him. He's great.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, maybe he'll come on and talk about psychic phenomena. So I asked him, and he's like, oh my God, I would love to. I've seen some crazy shit. And I was like, damn, yes. And I'm especially, like I said, there's no ticket link yet, but there's going to be. I especially want to come, because we're doing like a town hall thing at the end. Anybody has experiences with psychic phenomena, with aliens, with any of that shit, this is the fucking space to tell you, girl, okay? Because I want to know, because I'm taking a remote viewing class, and I'm really interested in psychic phenomena. I don't have any, but I'm excited. So
I'm so upset. That's like a day for men I love, because I was like January 20th. I was like, I want to come, but what does that say? And then I was like, there's a fucking Dan Byrne concert that day too.
Damn.
But
that is wow. That's
do you know the location of this yet?
MCM Productions.
Okay.
We're gonna do it at their studio.
Okay. Well, maybe I can make
I can
both
make
work.
the time.
Maybe I can
the
make
time's
both
not
work.
set in stone.
I mean, you don't need to change the time.
I mean, we have between 5 and midnight.
Because
I don't give a fuck.
Go to a Dan Byrne concert. The thing is,
What a great night for you.
I already turned down a road gig because of this Dan Byrne concert.
Right. Well, I know how much you love it.
I made them switch the dates. Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, he's just never.
Yeah.
Not only is he performing in New York, he's performing literally in my neighborhood.
Oh, that's so special.
So I mean,
yeah. That's yes.
I had to go, but John Ronson, I was just thinking about
Yeah.
well, because his son Joel is very active on my Instagram, and I love.
Oh, really?
I listen to.
How old is he?
Young, like early 20s. I listen to Joel
Cradle
Ronson's music a lot. It's on my
Is
favorite
he
playlist.
Between 21 and 24?
I think so.
Oh, hide your son, Johnny.
Let's make it a family affair.
Yeah. Hi, Dad.
Oh my
John
God.
Ronson's my daddy now.
He started as my crush. Now he's my father-in-law.
Yeah.
John Ronson, everybody.
That's the ultimate Corinne Fisher move. That's the ultimate Corinne Fisher move. But yeah, save the
boy.
date. That's going to be, and we're also trying to get either a psychic medium to be there to do readings for the audience. There's a lot of options of actual ones. I kind of also want to get a pet psychic to read Kevin, but like no one else is going to care about that except me.
I think that would be fun.
I think it'd be fun. But we're going to get somebody, in addition to John, we're going to have somebody that has like a powerful psychic power to like demonstrate it for us. So, or somebody who's been abducted by aliens. There are a ton. And some of them are weird as shit. But then some of them you're like, yeah, I think you were abducted by aliens. And then February 9th and 10th, Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, Bananas Comedy Club. I'm headlining. And then motherfucking Valentine's Day. What are you doing? Are you in Los Angeles, California? Oh, you are on Valentine's Day? Because guess what? Corinne Fisher and myself are doing a show at the main room in the Comedy Store.
Hell
and it's going to be the best night of your life, baby.
Guys We Fcked comes back to the Comedy Store, baby.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day 2024. And then February 29th through March 2nd, I believe that is, I'm in Washington, D.C., headlining D.C. Comedy Loft.
And then March 22nd, 23rd, Springfield, Missouri, the Blue Room.
And I have a bunch of, not a bunch, but like a handful of more dates for 2024 that I'll be in some places. I don't want to list the cities yet, just in case, because I don't have the contracts yet. But there's a list of cities that you guys will be happy that I will be appearing in shortly. All right, can I do something before?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is I got you a little holiday gift, Mike.
Me?
But there is something for me in it too. So I do need you to open it on air, and if you could really play to the camera a bit.
Yes. Come on, Mike.
All right, let's see it.
Merry Christmas, Mike.
Yay, I'll take
Merry
this time to eat
Christmas,
my
guys.
farrow.
Wow.
Christina's gonna have a snack.
Yay.
Get everyone in on this.
I fucking
All right.
love snacks.
So let's see. All right, now,
fucking
it's a
love
perfectly
Farrell.
centered bag. Is it a perfectly centered gift?
I mean,
I guess we'll
no.
see.
Fisher family business since 1989.
No, it's from the
the year
Disney
of my
store.
birth.
Look right into the camera. Really let them know. Just for all your shopping needs, perfectly centered 1989 Palmer Avenue, Larchmont, New York. Thank you. That rent is not cheap.
Yeah, it's a nice ass town.
It's very
Okay.
expensive rent. Joan Rivers used to live there. That does
Are
not
you
bode
serious?
well for my rent. Yes.
Camera is on me.
Really smile, play it up, act excited. Let them know what it's like getting a gift from Perfectly Centered,
I fucking
1989.
love it.
Look at that gift
But you
wrap.
know, they are
Palmer
baseball
Avenue.
cards. It's a holiday mega box from Topps. This rocks.
Okay, it's so it's so cute because I was looking through these and I saw this like Aaron Judge ornament, and I was like, Mike needs to have one of these.
Is that what this is? This is an ornament?
Well, no. So no, like it was like a card ornament. Like, so there's different cards, but they're like holiday themed.
You can put them on your tree?
It was like an Aaron Judge snowflake, and I was like, Mike needs this, and he needs this now.
Look at the back of this.
Because this is a kind of
Shohei Ohtani?
these boxes, like they
a cool
kind
name.
of like you got to kind of buy them during the holiday season.
Yeah.
It's like an advent calendar. Like it kind of loses its luster on Jan 1, you know, or on December 26th, I guess it loses its luster.
Yeah. No, but still, this is fucking sweet.
Yeah, I know you wanted to get.
I love baseball.
Yeah.
You know that we've had conversations. I've been
love
wanting to be a
baseball.
patron of.
Well, you said you wanted to get back into collecting, and I said, what better time than the holidays to get back into something
Perfectly
that you love. Perfectly centered. What's the address?
1988.
1989.
1989.
If you
Sorry,
if
that
you
was
show
when
up
I
in
was born.
1988, you'll see it.
Right, because it's a Fisher family business since 1989.
It's pretty amazing
you'll
that
see
you pulled that off, by the way.
that I got. Well, I know.
1989. I mean, did you do that on purpose?
No, but I did take it as a sign.
Hell yeah,
But then
'cause it
when
is.
my dad was dying, everything was a sign.
I know.
Right.
Well, honestly,
because I was grasping at straws.
Every bird made eye contact with you.
Yeah, so everything was a message and a voice. So we had to disconnect from that a little bit and heal.
Yeah.
But it's also Taylor Swift's best album. So I also thought that was.
There's a lot of kismet.
So
going
can
on.
you just look at the camera, hold it up, and say, "I love my holiday mega box from Perfectly." My Topps holiday mega box from Perfectly.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mike Coscarelli, and I love my holiday mega box from Perfectly Centered. And while we're here, I'm going to use this time to make a big announcement.
Yes.
I have officially announced my candidacy in the Central Park Wood Bat League for 2024.
Loser.
Your
I'm back.
candidacy.
But I'm going to be a free agent. I've been working it out with
What
the
game is this?
baseball.
Oh, it's baseball. I thought it was a made up game. Wait, what did you say?
I'm working it out with the Pancho Coyembre.
So wait, you're available for a team? Is this what this means?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, adult sports is the shit.
Yeah, I know.
It keeps you fit, but also your
Adult
mind fit.
sports.
Yeah.
We're going to see if I can still hit a curveball.
Rejects who never made the pros, but honestly, it's so fun.
No, so this league,
It's so fun.
It has former pros. I'm going to get smoked, I'm sure, but it has
whatever.
former pros, all levels from high school to former pros. So,
high school, damn.
Yeah, like guys that played in high school, like I did. And
that's
that
really
played in high school.
cool.
I see.
That's really cool. I actually feel like John Campanelli would like that too.
sign him up.
Yeah, he needs an activity that
He was
doesn't involve.
D1 baseball, baby.
Yeah, just like everybody needs a hobby.
Oh yeah, John was like a fan. He got injured. Otherwise, I think he probably would have gone pro.
I think
Shit,
you
I
told
didn't
us that
know.
at your birthday weekend once.
Yeah.
I think
There was
it's
a lot
such
said
good,
at that birthday
Yeah, there was. It was just us eating brunch, listening to John.
What
it was
a
really
weekend
funny.
it was.
That was great though. That was like one of the first out of COVID, right? Like we were like, can we go somewhere?
Yeah,
right.
We went to the Catskills.
Upstate.
Yeah.
Fucking cool ass hotel.
Yeah.
I think fucking adult sports is where it's at. Every man should be in them because then you forge
fun.
friendships.
Yeah.
And men don't have enough friends. And then you stay physically fit. And then your mind. It's a good idea.
And you know where you can forge male friendships? Perfectly centered.
1989.
Palmer Avenue, Larchmont, New York. You can follow us on Instagram at Perfectly Centered Store.
Do you ship?
We have an eBay,
eBay store,
Yeah,
right.
we have an eBay store.
That's right. I remember when I took Brantley to the store and John was there. He was like doing all this eBay stuff. And he's
Yeah.
like, these people come in and ask me, oh, I could just get this on eBay. And he was explaining to me. I'm like, yeah, that is frustrating.
Sometimes people though will DM me, like they'll see like one $5 item and they'll be like, "Can you ship? If I Venmo you, can I ship this to you?" And I go,
No.
I've already done more than $5 worth of work."
$7 worth of shipping.
Well, I think people don't understand like the cost.
I'm not desperate to sell you something if it means,
Like, I know
spending money.
It's sweet because they want to support, but I think I was like,
Oh, okay.
they don't. This is the one place where
Buy
I
something more
actually
expensive.
like men better than women because women have no idea, for the most part.
I'm like
not
that
all women.
in a comedy club.
Women have no idea of the value of baseball cards. They'll
Right.
come in and they're like, "I want to get my son an extravagant gift." I go, "Awesome. How old is he and what's your budget?" And she'll be like, he's whatever age, 10, 12. And they'll be like, "My budget is $20. And I go, "Well,
Dude.
let's delete extravagant."
It's like,
from before gift.
okay, women, you're not going to go to Sephora and spend under $30 ever. So it's kind of like that.
Well, that's why I kind of that's it. I'm like,
Women
I know
spend
you
so
think
much
it's
money on other
stupid,
shit.
but it's like the same way, like, you know, buying a Louis Vuitton bag. It's like,
Yes.
well, this is the Louis Vuitton bag. And, you know, just like a Louis Vuitton bag can maintain its value, so can a lot of these cards. I was like, it actually is a pretty good investment.
Yeah.
And it's also fun.
And baseball cards have been a solid investment for a long ass time.
Yeah, I don't know. I like love collecting. Like, I really have like a close relationship with it. So it just like pisses me off when people are like, "Why?" I'm like,
it's very
boxes
disrespectful.
can be thousands of dollars. I'm like, I don't know what you think. Like, a baseball card used to be a nickel. Okay,
Cool, it's not now.
And everyone used to, and black people used to have to drink at a different water fountain. Like, what's your point?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like we need to progress
We're
with the
evolving.
times. Like, what a crazy point of view to have about like things should always be how they were.
Yeah.
No,
No.
they shouldn't.
No, they
should
shouldn't.
progress and things should get better and we should treat people nicer.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, I mean, the thing that I love about baseball cards as somebody that, so I one of the things that I put on my wall when I moved into my new apartment was I got a case that I put on the wall, and I had a bunch of my dad's old baseball cards and some of the ones that I had from when I was a kid, and like binders and stuff. And I started looking through them and putting them on display, and you just start realizing that some of these cards, like my dad has this really cool Hank Aaron card. I don't know if it has any actual monetary value,
But in
it's
your
kind of
heart.
beat up, but it's awesome. It's something that made it through into my apartment from like the early 1970s, you know? And when you think about that, like when I see some of these older cards online, like to think that you could try and track down a card that like, you know, made it through time to you from like 1908 or something. It's pretty cool when you think
and it was in the
about
hands of all these like excited kids and adults, and I think that memorabilia, sports memorabilia, makes so much sense to me. That never perplexed me.
I love memorabilia in general.
Sports.
A glove that someone used.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, so cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
A signed bat. Oh,
Collecting shit is really
don't get
fun.
me started.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
Super cool.
Yeah, that's great. I'll talk about that the next time. I just want to make sure there's nothing else I want to talk about. No, that's it.
Oh, well, the last thing that I wanted to talk about then was, well, we put out this morning the video based on the clip from the New York Times article about why less people are getting married, and it was an opinion piece on, you know, saying, well, ask women who are dating why the marriage rate is getting lower and lower, and we've had a lot of comments. We specifically clipped the part where I was talking about the creative writing essay where it was high school.
I think it was high school aged. Yeah.
High school age guys and girls were asked to write a piece from the perspective of the opposite sex, like what a day in their life would be like, and how many of the male students either kind of did it so resentfully or refused to do the assignment at all. And I was talking on the show about how that really upset me. That specifically that part of the article is what upset me. And look in the comments, there's a lot of men kind of reinforcing with their comments exactly why the world, you know, one guy just wrote, well, maybe it's that women aren't funny. Because I said this is also, I think, why men don't appreciate female comedians. And instead of him, like, instead of him even stepping back for a moment and analyzing perhaps the reason I don't find female comedians funny is because I've never thought what their life is like, or I'm not interested in hearing their perspective. He just goes, well, no, maybe it's actually because women aren't funny. And it's like, that's just not
so
true.
old.
It's hack. It's
Why'd you waste your time typing that?
The most interesting comments I thought was a woman said that it made her think about what a French doctor and writer, his name is Baptiste Billou, said when he was speaking about emotional labor and other topics similar to that. The quote is, what many men call love is just a situation that is comfortable for them. And I was like, oh, that is so spot on. Like, what a succinct way to really capture this, you know, I'm sure some of you are tired of it, but it's hard to be right. And you got to really keep knocking on doors and letting people know.
Just like the Mormons.
Yeah, I really do feel like that sometimes. I feel like that. I feel like I'm just like letting people know, like, no, this is the truth. People don't want to hear it because it's uncomfortable.
It's inconvenient.
It's an inconvenient truth.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially because for, you know, women, we've been sold this romantic notion. But I was also talking about with my therapist this week. One of the aha moments that I gave to her. It's very reciprocal. It's very reciprocal therapy.
Of course, yours is. Mine is not.
So I give her a lot of aha moments too. And I was kind of saying, like, what I've realized is that a lot of my struggles in dating and why I kind of like don't see things the same way other people do, or like maybe have complaints that other people come off to other people as like, you know, bitter or something. It's because many people are looking for a partner, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But that is the disconnect. I am not looking for a partner. I'm looking for a soulmate or nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking for a partner, that's great. But that's like a different set of rules that you're going to have to follow. Yeah. I don't need a support system. I have all that in my life already. I need a soulmate or nothing.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God. She's like, you just captured what I've been thinking about myself.
Yeah.
And that's like
dating for convenience.
Yeah, well, or dating because you need someone to go through life with, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't need that.
Why would
or
you
I have other people.
Why would you want to go through life with someone who doesn't just absolutely excite you? That's crazy.
Well, I mean, you can find excitement in other people in your life. You know, I just
but the person I spend most of my time with, you got to be thrilling.
I think you learn to love them. It's more like an arranged marriage, which is highly successful.
A partnership.
Yeah. A partnership. But it's like all the partnerships in my life, I already have them.
Right.
I already have I have a partnership. It's not like that I'm not good at partnerships.
Right.
I've already done that.
Yeah.
You know, like we talked about before, we have a partnership that's longer than most people's marriage.
I know, 10 years, baby.
So we've done that part. You know, it's not like we're unable to
maintain a bond. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I thought that was extremely interesting.
Yeah, and I think there's also a thing probably when people don't want more for themselves and they're confronted with the person who does want more for themselves, a lot of times that person's initial reaction is like, fuck you, you're selfish.
Right.
Like,
and I've lived a life where I've always wanted more for myself, and it's always made people mad. Like, you know, starting from when I was a little girl, and I said, I'm going to be a big star. And they said, no, but what if you're not? And I said, I'm gonna.
Then the global warming is going to get us sooner than I thought.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. And I think the same thing is like, okay, so, and even when you look at most relationship experts, they're giving it advice from the perspective of like, or they're giving advice to people who mostly are seeking partners.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess so.
When they give the advice, they're giving you advice.
Oh.
Because that's why the advice isn't super. They're saying, you know, stop thinking in such a lofty manner, because they're helping you find a partner. They're not helping you find a soulmate. I don't think someone can really help you find a soulmate.
Yeah, it's just going to happen.
Because like either you find your soulmate or you don't, or maybe you don't have one, or maybe your soulmate is not a romantic partner. It could be.
Don't sign up for Swim Slim's universe.
Don't do that.
Jesus Christ, I was just on the website.
Don't do that.
Fucking don't do that.
Yeah. And another comment was, a guy, of course, telling me that I sounded resentful. And that really made me think too, because so often on the internet, men use bitter or resentful, and sometimes women do it too.
Dried up old resentful cunt.
Yeah, they use the words bitter or resentful as a weapon. And there was a period of time when I was like, I don't want to be connected to those words. But then I was like, let me actually look up what these words mean. Because I was like, I think there's just actually a reason why I feel this way.
Yeah.
And the definition of resentful is feeling or expressing bitterness or indignation at having been treated unfairly. And so, you know what? Yes, I am resentful, and I think it would be weird not to be resentful as a woman in the world. And I think that I was like, you can't get mad. Like, I'm just simply like owning the fact that I feel this way. Yes, I do feel resentful, and there's a reason I feel resentful, and it's because of people like that man who left that comment.
Like you, sir.
Yeah, I'm like, it is fine to feel resentful against people who or oppress you, or a situation that is not good for you.
That is true.
Like you're trying to weaponize a feeling that is just
exists. Yeah, You feel resentful.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
What's next?
I feel resentful. You know, and I think there is like, as long as you don't let bitterness consume you, and you use, I feel like anytime I'm feeling bitter, I use it to explore. I use it to read more. I get another book. I learn something new.
Yeah.
I explore the feeling. But to feel the feeling initially, there's nothing wrong with that. So if you are in a situation, or you leave a situation and you feel fucking bitter, did I feel bitter about Call Her Daddy? Fuck yeah. And a lot of you tried
she was on the cover of fucking Vogue or whatever. I'm like, God damn, she's super hot.
Because again, I've seen a lot of comments like, even from our listeners, oh, they're so bitter about Call Her Daddy. Yes.
They took our idea verbatim and are multi-millionaires from it.
And it's okay to feel bitter. It's just not okay to let the bitterness consume you.
Yeah. How long can you feel bitter? Like, what's like a cap?
I think it depends.
Because if we're going to teach people, like, that's a really good point. That's a really fun, because that's the equivalent of me going, your shirt's sparkly, Corinne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because anytime I see
It's about accepting the feeling
a
in yourself.
specific word used on the internet, specifically by men, time and time again, I kind of like to explore it. And I go, why and how have we given them the power to weaponize this?
Yeah.
Why does this word hold
Thank
such
God
power?
you do that.
Well, because I go, I don't think resentful and bitter have to be weapons anymore.
No,
they
that's
don't
such
need to
a good
be.
point. Okay, lead us into the next revolution, Corinne. Here for it.
I'm feeling
I'm
great.
fucking here for it, mommies.
Great. Also,
I hate that word.
there's like there's a study that putting up Christmas decorations improves your mood, and I think it does.
It absolutely fucking does.
Yeah,
you
I
bet
think
your
it
ass.
does. It's so sparkly in my apartment right now.
I love that. I
love
love
it.
Christmas decorations. I put my Beyonce angel on the top of the tree.
Nice.
Just like, fucking love you, bitch.
What a moment.
What
in
would
time.
Beyonce do? Put me in her movie.
And she did.
Nice.
She did.
All right, guys. Oh, I'm so excited for you. This woman is fantastic. She's a Toronto-based stand-up comedian. She's so fun. God damn it.
Great person.
You
saw her.
Great.
You saw us in Toronto.
Yes, you did.
Separately, yeah.
And she's the co-host of the Pretty Bitchy podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Tamara Siobhan.